Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of The High Roads. If you have been watching and enjoying our videos, do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like our videos and click on the bell icon for notifications. Our second trip to Pench offered some very unique experiences, and therefore we decided to bring to you every delightful moment from this vacation in our second part of the vlog. In this video, we bring to you some amazing facts about the legendary Kolitmaara tigress and tales from our very exciting leopard sighting.
Good morning. It's 6:30 in the morning, day 3 of our safari, and we are heading to the reception where we will start our safari for the morning. It's 13 degrees Celsius. It's pretty cold. If you see here, we need to walk through this dense, I would say, forest itself, because it is a buffer area, and we have to walk through this for almost 5 minutes to get to the reception. It's pretty scary at night, but they say it's pretty safe because the property is fenced, and they haven't had any incidents so far. Although there are leopards that just walk outside the property. People saw that outside the gate of this property. It's pretty interesting.
Our morning safari on day 3 began with some of the usual sightings of the jungle, such as the nilgais and deer as we drove along. A few moments into the safari, we were stopped by strong distress calls of a langur, but alas, there were no predators in sight. As we moved along, we noticed something very interesting. Some of the tree barks from ground up appeared as if they were scratched off. We later learnt that this was the doing of porcupines who strip away the bark and eat the softer part of the trees.
वहाँ देख रहा है?
This particular safari was especially memorable for both of us because it was a day of birds. Lots and lots of rare and migratory birds that are otherwise difficult to sight. We stopped at a very picturesque lake just as the sun was getting brighter, and this is a perfect time to catch sight of birds that wake up from their slumber and come out to get some worms or fruits or whatever else that they eat for breakfast. The little child in both of us just couldn't handle all the excitement of seeing so many colorful winged wonders. We stayed there as long as we possibly could before driving towards our next stop on the safari. Hey, wait. This place that you see here, where the peacock is roaming about, remember this place because we are about to tell you a very interesting story. A story of a tigress called as Kolawali, or sometimes also very reverently called as Mata Ram or Badi Mata by the locals. BBC called the Kolawali tiger as the supermom because this tigress gave birth to 29 cubs in 8 litters in her entire lifetime. This tigress is largely responsible for increasing the tiger population in this part of the jungle. Kolawali was known to be of a very friendly disposition and therefore became an often cited tigress. Kolawali was also known for her big size and excellent parenting skills. She holds the record for giving birth to 5 cubs in the same litter, which is an unusual feat among tigers. She passed away at the age of 16 in 2022, and the locals love and worship this tigress for changing the fortunes of Pench National Park. Earlier, where you saw the peacock roaming about, that's the place where the Kolawali tigress was found dead. Fascinated by this and many other forest tales, we continued our journey through these mysterious and beautiful jungles. Just as we were exiting the jungle that morning, we happened to sight a leopard cub who was lazing about that morning in the sun on a small boulder on the side of the road. We were told that this cub had 2 more siblings, but we didn't see them. Leopard numbers have considerably increased in central India due to the conservation efforts, and therefore one gets to sight leopards very easily in Pench. Day 3's morning safari was just as beautiful as the other days. But aren't they all just as wonderful as the others in a jungle? Or perhaps it's just us.
Alright, we are entering our last safari through the Turia gate, hoping to have some sighting.
Let's hope so.
So far it has been a great experience. Like we have done 5 safaris since we came, and then today morning we sighted leopard calf. It was less than a year old, and some amazing birds.
Yeah, I think that birding was the best experience.
I was saying the view around the reservoir was pretty amazing. We had all sorts of birds. Probably one of the very few times where we were enjoying the sun.
We are hearing strong cheetal calls. They are very, very frequent. It's possible that there is something lurking behind the trees. We might get lucky and sight a big game, or maybe not. Let's see.
That's it. Movement कर रहा है. I think it moved.
Last safari of our day 3 of the Pench visit in many ways was an extraordinary one. There are few times that one gets to witness something truly amazing, and these stay on with you as exciting stories that you actually lived. So this is how this story unfolded. We had reached the fag end of our evening safari and were making our way out. We heard very strong calls of spotted deer and some langurs as well. There was no way to see where the predator was because the foliage was too dense. Just as we drove past that patch, we heard the tiger growl. We waited in anticipation for the tiger to come out of the thickets, And just as our naturalist decided to drive a little ahead to catch a better glimpse of the tiger, we couldn't believe our eyes and what we actually sighted. A leopard, who was perhaps lurking somewhere in the bushes, decided to dash across the road and run to the other side. The tiger had sensed the presence of another predator in the vicinity and was giving out warning growls, and the leopard decided to stay out of the tiger's path and run to the other side. All this happened in just a flash of a moment. All the drama, hysteria and excitement are still so fresh in our memory. We couldn't see the tiger anyway because it was time for us to head back. End of another splendid journey to the Pench National Park. I suppose this forest will always remain very special to both of us. It's a place where we know we can always find solace and comfort, a home away from home, perhaps.